Hi, welcome back. And in this video, I'm going to talk about why a person should or should not get involved in a business like this. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I don't think everybody belongs in our business. I think that a certain type of person is the kind of person that will excel in the business. Most people can do it, but there are some people who shouldn't, quite frankly. And I'm going to tell you the truth about who that is, and part of my reason is selfish. I've spent a lot of time over the years trying to help people that just weren't right for what we do and wasted their time and mine. I'm only interested, I say it over and over and over again, I'm only interested in helping people succeed wildly in this business. If we can't both make money, then nobody makes money. So let me tell you what I look for in people, first of all. I look for people that are really good communicators, that like other people and like talking to people. I think communication is the primary key that you need in this business. I talked to a gentleman once who told me, John, I like your products, I like your business model, I want to do this, but I don't want to talk to people. I don't like talking to people. And I said, well, sir, that's kind of the equivalent of telling a coach, hey, coach, I want to go and win a gold medal for the high dive in the Olympics, but I don't want to get wet. It just isn't going to work. And secondly, I think you have to be highly motivated and a little bit courageous, a little bit of a risk taker. Those are the kind of people I look for in this business. Let me show you why. If those things describe you, then I think you can do very well. If not, you might want to look somewhere else. So let me explain why. I'm going to talk to you about the difference between owning a home-based business like ours, not a traditional 18-hour-a-day workday brick and mortar business, but a home-based business like ours that has very little time and resources invested in it, and then the difference between that and a job, because most people are used to having a job. And if you're one of those people and you're a just over broke follower, then you're going to have to maybe adjust some of the ways you think a little bit. So let's talk about the pros and the cons of having a job, okay? Because there are benefits and positives to having a job. I've had one many times in my life. And the pros of having a job is that there's some security in it. Now, you can be let go and fired at any time or laid off, but there is some security in this. Trading hours, this is a clock with my horrible drawing, for dollars. So trading your time for money. This is what most people do to earn a living. They know I'm going to get $20 an hour, so if I go work 3 hours, I make $60. There's some security in that. There's structure. It's kind of safe that you can trade your hours for dollars. Okay, so these are some of the pros. There's some security. There's some predictability about this. That's a good word. Let's use that. It's predictable, okay? Now, the free market space may not always be so predictable. So you have this security and knowing what you're getting. The cons of having a job, well, it's the same thing. That predictability also means you're very limited in what you're ever going to earn on a job. Let's face it, the idea that your boss has is to pay you as little as possible to do your job so that they can keep their business profitable. I mean, you might get a small raise, but this equation, this trading time for dollars, you'll never become wealthy doing that because your time is so limited. There's no leverage on a job. It's you and you alone that earns your money on a job, unless you're a broker or you have some type of leveraged income. There's no way to take advantage of groups of people. It's called leverage, where you can earn your money off of the efforts of many, many people. Okay? There's no leverage. And let's face it, jobs, they're slavish. Okay? This is a big deal to me. I don't know about you, but jobs tell you when to go to sleep at night, when to wake up in the morning, when you can go on vacation, how long you can stay on vacation, when you go to the bathroom, when you can eat, how long you have to eat, who you spend time with. Jobs control your time. They're very slavish. To me, that's a big negative. But for some people, it's not. So that's the pros and cons of having a job. Now let's look at owning your own business with a business like ours, okay? Because it also has pros and cons, and I'm going to tell you the truth about what both are. First of all, let's look at the pros of having a business like this, a home-based business, okay? Well, the first pro is that you're not limited in what you can earn. You're unlimited. When you're in a business like mine, you have leverage. I make money all the time when I'm not working, when I'm playing with my kids, even when I'm sleeping, because I have teams all over the world that help me build my business, and I'm going to show you how that works. So you have leverage. You also have control over your time. I work when I want, and most times I don't work more than 2 hours a day. The rest of that time, I decide how I want to do it, and yet I make more money than people who have jobs. So there's time control, there's leverage, it's unlimited. The tax advantages are massive. So when you have a job, here's how it works. And you may have seen this equation before. Let me write this out for you. When you have a job, I'm going to erase what I've written here so you can see this. You get paid, you pay taxes, and then you live on what's left over. When you own a home-based business, you get paid, you live on, you spend the money that you need, and then you pay taxes on what's left over. The average home-based business is entitled to about $400 per month in tax savings. So that's another huge pro to having a home-based business. So all this good stuff, time freedom and unlimited money and tax benefits and all those things. Well, so what are the cons to having a business like this? Are there negatives? There is one, in my opinion. Doing this 9 years, I'll tell you one thing. It may be a con to you. I don't even consider it a con, but once again, I want to tell you, I'm being completely forthright with people. I know I'm talking to lots of different types of people out there. This may classify itself as a con to you. You have to be self-directed. You have to be able to consistently govern yourself to work. If I don't wake up and work in the morning, there's nobody who's calling me and busting my chops about it. I have to be totally self-directed. The price that I pay for my success and freedom is that I govern myself. That is the key. Can you consistently over and over and over and over again govern yourself and guide yourself to work? If you can, then you can do this business. And let me give you one last, I'm going to go back a little bit. I want to give you one last pro. And in my business, you will find an abundance of this. There is no way to measure the value of it. It's one of the great reasons I've succeeded in my life, but this has enriched my life in 100 ways. And if I could give you something right now by becoming part of our team that would enrich your life in 100 ways, would it entice you to want to be part of the team a little bit more? I hope so. This is what I can promise you. Elder mentorship. Okay? So on our team we have former U.S. attorneys, best-selling authors, world-class gold medal winning athletes, multimillionaires, people that you get to work with that you never would get to bump elbows with in the normal world. I personally never would have met many of the people that I work with on a day-to-day basis if I hadn't gotten involved in an industry like this. What I've learned from my elder mentors in this business is invaluable, priceless. I would have paid 10 times what I've invested in my business just to spend time with these people because of what I've learned and how it's enriched my life. Elder mentorship is another huge aspect of what we do and what you get when you're part of this team. So listen, this is the truth about what we do. And you'll forgive me for looking at my notes, but I want to get all this information to you correctly. So what I've shown you today is important. If you're the kind of person that likes to play it safe and do things a safe, predictable way, there's nothing wrong with that. There are people like that. Then a job is probably the best thing for you. This may not be for you. But if you're the kind of person that loves people, likes to take a little bit of a risk, I mean, there's no real risk involved in this business. You will always save more money on your taxes than you invest in your business. But if you like to take challenges on, if you like not knowing what's going to happen moment to moment, if you like the unpredictable, you have good people skills, you're a positive-minded, upbeat person, I can show you how to do this business and succeed wildly at it. I'm certain of it because I've done it over and over and over again. I'm going to wrap up by telling you this last piece. It's all about timing. I told you at the beginning that I think it's important to find the right people. If it's the right time for you, then you're the kind of person who's going to want to know more about this right away. If you're kind of hemming and hawing and going, well, I don't know, I'll think about it for a few weeks, then I doubt that you have an urgency in your life to create something new. Maybe you do, but timing is important. Not the timing of what we're doing, but the timing of you. Timing, where are you in your life? And I'll share this one last thing with you to wrap up. See, there's 3 types of people in the world. Only 3 types. There's people that are already entrepreneurial. That's type 1. They already understand entrepreneurship. They've been trying to run their own business their whole life. They've worked for themselves their whole life. That's type 1. Type 2 are people that have never been entrepreneurs, but they're willing to work and learn. That's who I was. When I was 35 years old, I was not an entrepreneur. I had no experience in entrepreneurship, but I was willing to work hard and learn and change over, and that's what I did. The third type of person is a person who's not an entrepreneur, never will be, isn't designed for it, not hardwired for it, just isn't. And quite frankly, that's probably most people. So if you're in group 1 or 2, then I can really show you how we can partner up and do some amazing things. If you're in group 3, then this might not be right for you. And I just want to get honest information to people because I'm looking for the right kind of person to partner up with. And well, like I said, we'll do amazing things together. So that's the information I wanted to share with you about why you should or should not be involved in a business like this. It comes with my nearly 10 years of experience doing this successfully, and I hope that really helps you make a good decision.